If planning your week feels like a full day event, or worse, you never really get around to it, you're not alone. I used to spend hours trying to organize everything only to end up completely overwhelmed and behind by midweek. Today, I'll show you how I plan a productive work week in 30 minutes with zero stress and a system that actually fits my energy. Most weekly planning advice assumes that you have clear boundaries and a steady flow of energy every day. But your reality as a solo entrepreneur is a bit more of a chaotic mix of client emergencies, content deadlines, and don't forget those personal life interruptions. Mama, 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 mama. That's why those long, rigid planning sessions don't stick. They don't adapt to the shifts that happen day to day or account for unpredictability. Plus, when you try to plan everything at once, it's really easy to get stuck in overwhelm and perfectionism. And these two things can lead us into procrastination, and we don't want that. Here is my simple 3-step approach to planning my work week in 30 minutes. It's fast, it's flexible, and it keeps your energy front and center. So the first thing is an energy check. I gotta check in with myself. How is my week looking? So I know my basic energy patterns, but I'm also taking into account any client deadlines, any deadlines I have for myself, the kids' schedule, and any other things that are going to be popping up, like, oh, this is gonna be a busy period on this day. So I wanna make sure that I'm delegating with what I have in my capacity to handle this week. Next, I'm gonna take 15 minutes to review the priorities I have for this week, and I'm gonna separate them into categories: what's a revenue driving, what's a growth task, and what's maintenance. So in the final 10 minutes, that's where I'm scheduling everything. So I have my high energy peaks, and I'm gonna be sticking my revenue making tasks and also my growth tasks into that time, because those require a lot of focus and creativity. And then with other tasks, maybe they're maintenance or admin or like their client meetings, I'm gonna stick those at the tail end of a high energy time, or I'm gonna stick those into maybe a lower energy area of my week. This approach is more about filling in a calendar. You're matching your tasks to how you actually feel and what really moves your business forward. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. First, I start by noting my energy highs and lows for the week. And this week, my peaks are usually Monday through Wednesday, and this is in the mornings. And by Thursday and Friday, I'll probably have a little less focus for stuff. So we're going to put meetings and errands in there. Next, I write down all the revenue generating tasks. These are must-do priority, and they go into the high energy peaks. The next are growth tasks. These are should-dos. They're important, but I can be flexible if I need to be. And then finally, with maintenance tasks, these are anything that I can move around, delegate, and be super, super flexible in case I'm running out of energy or capacity to do them. My calendar is set by energy blocks, so when I schedule, I'm putting everything into the appropriate energy block, and my week is ready to go. Since using this approach, I have drastically cut down on the time it takes for me to plan my work week, and I actually stick to my schedule way more. I have no more guessing and definitely no more exhaustion. Inside the Founders Club, members use this exact system, and we really deep dive and implement within every single class so that they are growing their business more, making more money without having to sacrifice time and energy. One member told me she actually stopped planning all weekend long and stressing about it when Sunday night came. Instead, she has a quick planning session on Sunday night, and she's ready to tackle the week without any stress. If you would like a step-by-step walkthrough of this exact approach, along with support resetting your entire week, mapping your energy, and getting clear on your priorities, you definitely want to check out my 90-minute reset workshop. It's a fast, affordable way to finally get off of that hamster wheel and completely approach our business in a new alternative way. The link is below, so you definitely want to save your seat. The workshop is happening August 21st at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit subscribe because you definitely don't want to miss next week's video. I'm going to show you how I say no to the wrong tasks and protect my energy.